Okay, I think we are live. So hello and welcome. Chris here. I'm your host of today's webinar, and today we're going to look at how to use AI to make money and save money with 7 secret AI methods, none of which I've seen anyone talk about online. So the kind of the key thing here is that this is moving so quickly that I wanted to sort of do this webinar. And this is actually, I think, the first time that I've ever hosted a go-to webinar. So increasingly, I'm going to be doing more and more content because I'm so excited about AI that I'm just going to be, putting out this content more and more. I've got products coming out that relate to AI. But I'm basically spending a huge portion of my time working on AI and just executing it and using it in my business. I've already seen a dramatic increase in my profits, my productivity. Basically, everything that I'm doing has just got easier and more profitable because of AI. But consequently, what's going to happen is this is moving so quickly that you need to be ahead of the game. If you sort of get left behind and you don't integrate AI into your own business, then you're going to find it very, very difficult to compete in 2023. So that's why I've done this presentation. And specifically the results that I'm seeing when it comes to AI, the things that is transforming for me is marketing, product creation, content creation. These are just a few of the things that we'll talk about on this webinar, but I'm also going to talk about a lot of other things like Web 3.0, freelance sites, and just a whole range of things, including various sites that you won't be aware of, even if you have been dabbling with AI. And certainly, if you've not put a lot of time into AI over the last few months, you won't be aware of a lot of these different sites and a lot of these different methods. But this is, really brand new for January and February of 2023. And this will continue to change. And so it's important that you watch this and that you kind of execute on this as much as possible. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about, the background and the context. I want to get right into the actual methods that we're going to be using. And so here they are. Here are the 7 methods that we'll be discussing today, how to use AI to make money and save money. And the first method is to create unlimited stock footage and graphics, which you can then use for your website. And we'll give some specific methods. We're going to use a site called PromptBase, okay? And the reason I chose PromptBase is just because it's got these sort of done-for-you preloaded prompts that you can use to create very, very quick graphics and stock footage, which you can, of course, you could resell it if you wanted, but you can also use that in your own business and in your own site to quickly create graphics for any niche that you want to enter. Secondly, we're going to look at how to write unlimited emails with ChatGPT. And of course, you can go to GPT and just say, write me an email, and it will do so, but I'm going to show you the right way to do it that I've not seen anyone else really talk about. Everyone's talking about the wrong prompts, they're entering the wrong things into GPT, and consequently they're not getting the results that they'd want. Thirdly, we're going to look at how to make money as a freelancer using sites like Upwork and Freelancer and Guru and Fiverr and all these other sites. But specifically what we're going to talk about is how to not just do the jobs using AI, but actually how to use AI so that the AI basically gets you hired in the first instance. So anyone can use, GPT or AI to actually create an ebook or a report, an article or whatever, which someone wants to buy, but actually getting hired and getting noticed is more difficult, and that's what we'll talk about. And method 4 is building unlimited websites, whether it's a sales page site, it's a bonus review site, whether it's a JV page, pretty much any site you can create with AI. And I'm going to talk about specifically with Remixable as to how that works. Method 5 is creating unlimited videos, and this can be used for content videos or VSL sales videos. In this example, we're going to be looking at YouTube content videos because there's a lot of channels which have appeared, you may have noticed on your feed, that have these AI voices. The scripts are, fine, there's good content, there's sort of stock footage, and these guys are blowing up. And I'm going to talk about how to do it and how you can get monetized on YouTube as well with a couple of hacks that you may not be aware of. And then method 6 is to do with Web 3.0. It's how to create NFT collections with no upfront cost using MidJourney to create the art and then a site called Bueno Art to actually do all the technical stuff, which, you know, even for someone like myself who's had NFT collections that have launched and sold successfully, it's still a lot of technical mumbo jumbo that 99.999% of people don't want to deal with, and that's where Bueno Art comes in. And basically, we can launch these NFT collections either to the kind of Web 3.0 NFT space, or we can do it, which a lot of people do nowadays, we can do it to our existing audience. But this is now possible using these two sites. And then broadly, we're going to finish up with how to chain all these different methods together to get completely different results. And that's really a key part of profiting with AI, is knowing how to actually implement that into our business. And these are all new methods you can apply today, okay? So you're going to understand exactly how they all work. So what is the webinar really about? Well, of course, it's about those 7 methods. More broadly than that, it's about introducing you to the world of AI before it's too late, really, because, you know, this is moving so quickly, and I can't stress this enough. I've said it on a few videos recently. If you don't not only sort of catch up to what the status quo is, but actually get ahead of the curve with this technology right now, then you're going to get left behind, and it's going to happen very, very quickly. So if you've previously had difficulties in getting the results that you want from your business or from, you know, your online endeavors, whatever they may be, this is going to become like insurmountably more difficult unless you have AI. And if you do have AI and you can execute it on it, then this is going to be an edge which will allow you to outcompete all those people who previously you weren't able to compete against. Now you can outcompete them, but you know, the flip side of that is that if you don't have the AI, you are going to get left behind. Now, there's already been a lot of hype about AI in 2023. There's all these people doing, you know, products on it. There's all this chat about it. But I actually haven't seen many people who really kind of get it. So there's a lot of people just saying, wow, the AI's here, it's great, GPT's here, it's really cool, you can ask it to make you a recipe. There's not really anyone, or very, very few people who have actually, you know, followed and said, wow, this guy's really given me some useful information that I can apply to my business. And so a couple of points here. Firstly, the way that you use the AI depends on the prompts that you give it. And these are basically queries, what we actually type into the AI. If we give it the wrong prompt, asking the same thing as the right prompt, we're going to get the wrong results. And so it's very important that we feed the AI and give it some context and ask our questions in the right way and frame them correctly. And that's one of the things that will become apparent in this training. The second thing about the AI is the way that you benefit from it depends on the leverage. And so if you just use AI to ask a couple of basic queries that you don't really do much with, or that don't then lead into automation or aren't applied to a specific system or purpose, then you're not going to get a lot from the AI. So we need that leverage. And all these use cases, all these methods are cutting edge. There's a lot of people talking about just general how to use GPT, how to use AI. The people in my experience who I speak to who do actually know this stuff do not want to share this stuff because they're aware of the competitive edge that it gives them. And so despite the fact that there was I think 1 million people who signed up to GPT in the first 5 days, there may be 2, 5, 10 million people using it now. There's actually very, very few people who, in my opinion, having seen sort of examples of people using it across social media, across other marketers doing it, there are very, very few people who are actually doing it correctly. And of those people who are doing it correctly, there's very, very few people, even fewer people who are actually sharing. So really, realistically, we're talking probably a few thousand people who are applying some of these tactics and the things I'm about to show you. And there's 2, 3, 4 billion people who are online. So this is insanely cutting edge stuff. Now, I'm actually personally in some groups that are focused on AI, some groups that are focused on technology, where this type of information is being shared, but those groups are few and far between, okay? So this is really cutting edge information, and I do hope that you execute on this and you integrate it into your business today. So with all that being said, let's actually dive in and look at 7 ways for you to use AI today. So the first method I want to talk about is how to create unlimited stock footage and graphics using AI. Now, of course, everyone's probably come across DALL-E. We've all seen those AI created images that are kind of cute. Some of them are pretty abstract, some are pretty weird. Probably 99% of the ones that you've seen, while they are engaging and eye-catching, they probably don't necessarily make you think, oh, I can use that to make money. Oh, I can use that as a stock footage or as a usable asset or a graphic that I can actually implement in my business. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to snap you onto one site that for very little upfront cost will immediately give you something executable that can be scaled and repeated across whatever it is that you're actually doing. So AI, just to give some background, if you've been living under a rock for the last 6 months, AI can create images, and there are two sites in particular that we're going to look at here. There's DALL-E and there is MidJourney. So I'm not going to give you the, go into massive information here about what they do. DALL-E is basically, that's prompt-based, we'll come on to. DALL-E is a site where you can go and type some text in, and the software will basically generate an image based on the text, based on the prompt, the query that you entered. And it's just a web-based tool. This is labs.openai.com, although you can just type in DALL-E and this will be the first match anyway. You'll need to create an account. You'll get like $18 of free credits or something, more than enough for you to play around with and to get started. And we'll just give a quick example of that in a second. MidJourney is another tool which is based on Discord. So for whatever reason, they've decided to make this into like a Discord bot where you'll need to go over to Discord. You'll need to set this up. It's quite simple to do. You can just follow the guidelines, go over to Discord, and then you'll just type in imagine, and then you put whatever your prompt is, and it will then spit out 4 images. You can upscale each one of these and make them more high definition. You can create a variation of the ones that you like. And then you just click on the image and you just right click and you download it, and that's your image basically. And so, that's all well and good, but you have to give it the right commands, okay? So any fool can go on either of these two tools and type in picture of a fish wearing a hat, and the tools will give you a picture of a fish wearing a hat. But really what we want to do is to give it the right commands. And in particular, this is actually very, very powerful if we combine this method with Remixable. So if I go over to Remixable and click on My Products and click on, for example, Get Girls Fast, which is one of the niches that we recently added to Remixable using AI. And you can see these are some of the keywords that are triggering things at the moment. And I click on Media and Images. Then you'll see that we have icons, background images, vector images, and various other things that we can, various images across all these different blocks here that we can create and add to Remixable. And so what we can do is we can actually create images using AI and then import them into the tool basically. So for example, you could do vector images in your website in the same style, and then put those into Remixable. Let's say your Remixable site was about how to run a successful yoga business. You could use the AI to create yoga images, royalty-free yoga images in a particular style, and then create more and more of them that you could use as kind of the graphical backbone of your site. Of course, this works not just with Remixable, but it will work with any type of site. But the key thing here is I want you to go to a site called PromptBase, okay? And so if you go to PromptBase, you'll see that the site is basically a marketplace for prompts. And the prompts are the specific queries that we're going to be entering into these tools here, okay? So if I click on Find a Prompt, and you can see we have both DALL-E and MidJourney. We also have CHAT-GPT, PromptBase, and Stable Diffusion. Now, if you click on the PromptBase one, then what that's actually going to give you is some prompts that you can enter into PromptBase itself. And you can actually click on Generate and enter a keyword here, and it's going to create an image using their own Stable Diffusion model. And you can see we have 5 per day that refresh. And then when we find a query that works, we can actually sell this on this site. But I'm not going to focus on that for now. That's a little bonus to know. What I want to focus on is the DALL-E and the MidJourney ones. And so if I just click on Most Popular, then you can see it's going to give us these queries. of all these different images that we can basically enter. So if we want to get images that look like this, which look like perfect stock footages, then we just click on this and we just buy this prompt. It's going to give us a prompt for $2.99. And so, for example, here are some that I've purchased, and if I just click on this and just grab this prompt which I've picked up and go over to MidJourney and then type it in, and we'll just replace subject with let's put cat, and then we'll just hit go. And then we'll wait a few seconds depending on how busy the server is. This can take 2 minutes, it can take 5 minutes, it can take 10 minutes. Well, it never takes 10 minutes, but it can take at least a few seconds. And you can see it will render a very rough version, and then it will gradually get more and more high definition, and then it will give us our final images. Now, obviously this was very, very basic, but we could easily change from cat to cat wearing a hat, or cat counting money, or just any kind of abstract thing that we want to run with. And then we can use these on our site. And so we just need to basically choose one that we want. So let's say we like the look of this one here. We click on upscale 3, and it's going to upscale that one and then give us an image. And while that one's running, let me just go back. You can see this was a MidJourney prompt. If I go back and let's choose a DALL-E prompt, so let's go with this one here, which is a simplified image of, it's basically coffee art. So let's go to this, and we'll replace, let me try again. We'll replace Statue of Liberty with a robot made out of latte art. Click on generate, and that's now going to be running. And let's see where we're up to with MidJourney. MidJourney's still running, as you can see, so we'll give that a second. But yeah, DALL-E's going to go and create some images for us that match what we're after. And you can see here we have a latte art of a robot in coffee. And this could quite easily be tied to some copying, to some script or copy in our website that says, do you constantly think about AI every single day, even when you have your breakfast? And then you have this picture here. But the key thing here is that we can now use this. You can see we've just got this pop-up saying it's done. We can now use this in our business to create unlimited stock art. And you can see some of the ones that I've picked up here. I'm just going to be buying more and more of these. And of course, this is not only great to actually understand, to use it for these specific prompts, but by using these prompts, you'll see some of the queries that need to be entered to get the results, and you can then sort of tweak those. So, for example, here, you can look at this and you can say, let me try this, but let me remove lineal object. Let me try vector illustration by flat icon and dribble. Let me try some of these things here, UI, UX, and it's going to give you the ability to actually sort of play around with these and come up with new ideas in your own business. But like I say, this is very, very powerful when chained with Remixable and when added to some of these images here. So we'll go back to words and copywriting, for example. We can upload these alongside the benefits, and you could quite easily have like a vector of woman looking sad, woman looking happy, man seducing woman, or whatever it is, and we could create these. And it's going to give, because they're all in the same style, it's going to give us that thematic style, that kind of design, that consistent design feel, which is going to be really, really useful. So like I say, they do have their own stable diffusion, which is another graphical model you can use. And to access that, we just click on generate, and then we can put our prompt in. And as I say, we can also sell this. So we can also, we'll get 5 of these free per day. And this will basically create, let me just go over to stable diffusion. This will create images that kind of look a little bit more like this, or a little bit more photorealistic. And you can see some of these here. So you could grab these commands and enter them into the generate up here. And then you can also, with these prompt-based commands that you create. You can also sell them here, and you can see there are people actually selling these. So it's very possible for you to find your own prompts that work for you, and then go up to sell and actually start selling these on prompt base as well. So in terms of getting started with them, like I say, on prompt base, they'll have this generate button. You get 5 free credits a day for that. I think with DALL-E, you get a certain number of credits. I think that the $18 actually I put here is incorrect. That's actually for GPT, which we'll come on to in a second, or rather for OpenAI, sorry, which is kind of the old version of GPT. And then MidJourney, you get 25 free credits. And then once you've started using these and you're comfortable, then of course you can pay for more. The prices are generally very low. It's typically like 1 or 2 pennies per image. So it's much, much cheaper than stock photos for sure, which can cost, $10, $20, $50, or $100. So yeah, really, really cool. And so what we're going to do now is look at method number 2, which is to write unlimited emails with ChatGPT and OpenAI. So Remixable already integrates AI copywriting, by the way. So if you go over to Remixable and you look at some of these niches, all of this copy was written by AI. And again, if you're a Remixable member, just go over to the Your Account page and click on Niche Request and put in the niche you want me to create. For example, here it was the dating niche, the seduction niche, the pickup artist niche. And I will go in and preload using the AI, preload all of this content, all of these images, and you can then go ahead and create these sites. So just wanted to mention that. And I'm going to be doing more training on this as well, okay? So this is something that I'm going to be talking about a lot and doing more and more training when it comes to the copywriting side, which, is changing massively now with this integration of AI. But here are 2 very quick ways for you to get fast copy, high quality copy very, very quickly. So we're going to be looking at email swipes. Of course, you could use the same methodology for creating VSLs, for creating YouTube ads, for creating entire sales pages that you can then turn into, into full-on sales pages to sell a product. So it applies to anything, but we're going to start with email swipes just because it's so easy. They tend to be so short. And so the first thing we want to do, the first method is what I call the copy-paste method. So a lot of people will just go to the AI and will say, hello AI, write me an email swipe about my product. Here's what the customer is, and now write it me. And that's of course one way to do it, but what I found is that the AI will just write general content without kind of too much focus on how an email should actually be structured and without a kind of proven formula. So what we're going to do here is we're going to approach it differently. We're actually going to take a existing swipe that someone else has written, a successful marketer, in this case it's me, it's one of my proven swipes we're going to use, and we're just going to say to the AI, rewrite this, but now do so with a focus on these kinds of keywords. So, but with a focus on a slightly different niche. So for this, we're going to go to OpenAI Playground. We could go to ChatGPT, which is just chat.openai.com/chat. This is the OpenAI Playground, which I tend to use more. It's not as advanced in terms of language, but it's always on, it always runs, and so I prefer to use this one, okay? And with this one, you get like $18 of free credits. It's pretty much always running. There's very, very little downtime. And it will give you, provided you give it the correct prompts, it will give you generally as much, high quality output as ChatGPT will. This is more kind of for advanced users. So here's the prompt that we're going to use, okay? Here is an email about a product that is focused on the list building niche. It talks about the pains of trying to build a list manually. Can you remake this text, but for my product, which is in the dieting niche, and lets people get six-pack abs with a new training exercise. My product is called Belly Buster, and I've just, made that up. But you can see what I've done below that is I've copied some text from one of my proven emails, which is this one here. So this was an email I sent a while back promoting a product called Auto Promoter. Performed really, really well. And so what I've just done is I've just copied this kind of block here, this introductory block, and I'm looking for the AI to basically take this and rewrite it for a slightly different niche. So I know that this structure works, and obviously I would do this with the entire email, but I'm not going to do that here just because we'd want to do it in blocks. So we'd want to do this block first, and then the second block, and then the third block, just because there are limits to the number of characters. So the first thing we'll want to do is we want to extend the length to about, let's say about 3,000. And then what we'll do is we'll just copy all of this, so the prompt and the actual text I want it to rewrite, and we'll paste it in. And we can do this on GPT as well. I'm just going to click paste. And so you can see it's basically written it. For some reason, it's not done the actual start, the actual first 2 lines. So I suppose we just have to manually do that. Now, as you know, six-pack abs are one of the sexiest things in the world or something like that. But you can see the rest of it's basically been pretty much reframed entirely for this new niche. And it's even basically, if you've not actually created the product, it's actually even sort of telling you what the type of archetypal product for this particular use case should be. And then, of course, we just repeat that for each section of the email swipe. And we're basically going to end up with a perfect email swipe based on a proven structure. Now, of course, you could just go to your own Gmail. I'm sure you subscribe to some lists of marketers like myself. If you see an email you like, try applying this method to the particular niche. The second one that I want to show you and the second one that I want to show you is a slightly different approach. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to take a different approach, which is to give the AI keywords. Okay, and this is, again, really important to understand. The way that AI understands topics is in a similar way to the way Google understands topics. And so, as we know, if we want to rank on Google, then we want to an extent, fill our article, our content with lots of keywords that thematically, semantically relate to the core keyword that we want to rank for. And so we want to kind of give the AI lots and lots of keywords in order for it to understand the niche and understand ideally the website that we actually want it to write about. And so here I've pulled some keywords from a website called VidTune, and I've actually, just to kind of go really crazy, I've actually pulled in some headlines from the site as well. So this is going to be a very long prompt, but essentially all we've done is copy the keywords. And of course, if you go, search a keyword density tool for URL, then you'll be able to, to find these keywords. You'll be able to pull keywords from any website. And then I've just pulled a few headlines from the site as well. And so we'll go back to the playground. So let me just delete all of this and we'll paste this in. And please write me an email. And so just to review the prompt, here are some keywords about my product. And then I've listed 2 and 3 keyword key phrases pulled from VidTune. And I've also actually put the top, I think I've put like the top 30 phrases, the top 22 keyword, and then the top 15 or something single words. I've put the headlines, and I've said, based on these keywords and headlines, please write me a promotional email. We may need to play with the length a little bit as well, but let's give this a go. So click on submit. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty impressive, as you can see. And by the way, this I'm not entirely sure when VidTune launched, but a lot of people don't know this. They think that all of the AI's data is from like 2021. The AI actually has access to a lot of information, a lot of websites, a lot of data that is a lot more recent than that. Okay, so you can actually sometimes put a website in that you're looking to promote as an affiliate from a month ago, and you'll enter some commands like this, and the AI will basically know what the site is, even if the site's only a few months old, so that they do actually have access to much more recent data than that. But those are 2 quick ways to actually get the thing to write copy, okay, you might not be aware of. Next thing I want to look at, and I'm just going to talk about this a little bit in the abstract really, is how you can make money as a freelancer on Upwork or Fiverr or any of these other sites. So there's lots and lots of these freelance sites. There's Upwork, there's Fiverr, there's Freelancer, there's Guru, there's all these sites. And you're probably aware that this AI can be used to automate a lot of these services that are sold on those sites. We've just looked at, if someone wanted an email, promotional email for this website here, the AI has just done that, and it's just done some high quality email. And by the way, you can get it to write subject headers as well. It'll also do emojis too, which can be quite useful, those glyphs that appear in the emails. So we know this. We know that we can fulfill these services using AI. So image creation, content creation, copywriting. And a friend of mine actually made $100 with a report that he got ChatGPT to create. And, more exciting than that, there are people paying $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for copy, for content, which we can now do with AI. But we can also use the AI to actually convert potential hirers at a very, very high rate. And so here's basically how we do it. And I'm still playing with this, so I'm not going to give the full demonstration now because I want to get some results. All these other methods here I've made money with. This one is that I'm still experimenting with. My friend has made money with it. And so what we're basically going to do is we're going to create an account with Upwork, with Fiverr, or not so much with Fiverr, but with Upwork and Freelance and some of these other sites. We're going to go on there. We're going to look for people who want a job that the AI can create. And then rather than just send them a generic message like most people do, yeah, I'm really, really good, hire me, what we're actually going to do is get the AI to create a sample and then send them the sample for free. And I can tell you from experience, having spent well over 7 figures on freelance sites like Upwork and Elance when it used to be Elance, this is a really, really great way to get noticed and to convert at an extremely high rate and convert these hirers to actually wanting to hire. And it only takes 2 minutes. So we just look at the job that the person's hired. We see if we can throw it into the AI. If we can, then we send them either a few graphics or a sample of the copy. And then if they like it, they go ahead and hire. And this is something that I'm just playing around with myself right now. But I know a lot of people do want freelancing work as a potential option. And this is how you do it. And this is how you not only use AI to actually create, to fulfill the job, but actually to get you hired in the first place, by sending them a sample, basically. So the next thing is to create unlimited websites. Now, we're going to do this with Remixable AI, and all of this AI is integrated into Remixable already. So here's what you need to do if you're a Remixable member, and I think I've already just mentioned this. Go over to the Your Account section under Home. Scroll down and put your niche in, and we will then go in and create a niche for you, create a website for you. And just to kind of give you an actual demonstration of how these sites look, these are sites that we've just created using the AI. Okay, you can see these are really, really super high quality site with all the images done, all the copy done, all the copy's been preloaded. This has all been done by AI. So this is a dating site. I was just before on how it looks in Remixable in the back end. All of this copy was done by AI. This is a TikTok site. So, again, all the copy, all the scripts, all the images, everything preloaded by AI. Super duper high quality, as you can see. And then this is high ticket AI. So this is actually a current Warrior Plus #1, or it was a few days ago. We've just basically done a better sales page than the actual sales page that sold this product, again with AI. You can see it's even telling us what bonuses to create. And then here's a beat making one, Beat Profit Pro, which is going to teach people how to make musical beats, rap beats, that they can then sell. Again, this is all done with AI. So this is basically fully integrated into Remixable now. So what you want to do is you want to request a niche, and that's going to prompt me to then add content, copy, etc. And then you can create instant websites, not just sales pages, but you can create bonus pages, you can create JV pages. You can basically create 9 different types of pages, all using this AI copy and content. And now this is going to soon be automated, so you'll be able to go in and add your own niches without having to request them on this page. But it is very quick. So if you're not a Remixable member, go ahead and join. And that is probably the fastest way to start creating unlimited websites with Remixable AI. Right now, it is unlimited, so I'm not putting a limit on the number of niche requests that you can do. So you might want to go in and let's say that you were a gold affiliate. You might want to put a reference to, so URL, this is the type of site. URL 2, this is another site. And then once you've submitted that, you might want to go in and do another one, 6-pack abs. And again, you'll put a few URLs. And then we'll just do another one, which is Facebook agency. And again, you'd put some URLs. And then just keep on submitting them. You know, as long as we can, we'll keep on creating them. It's just a great way to get unlimited AI content and websites. We're also going to be automating the scripts page with AI as well. So if I go up here and go to scripts, which is under traffic, create scripts, then you can go into the scripts page and you can put some keywords in. So for example, now we can put like traffic in, but if we put, for example, make beats, you can see nothing's going to come up at the moment. Soon we're going to be integrating the AI. So basically all of those AI niches, you'll have templates for all of this. So for every single AI niche, you'll have templates for email promos, VSLs, upsell videos, JV videos, affiliate review videos, content videos. It's all going to be there and all done. And basically with the scripts page combined with the voiceover, AI voiceovers page and the video creator page, basically going to be able to create done for you videos very, very quickly. And so that is coming very, very soon. And you can also create content as well. So with the AI, what I suggest you do is create done for you products, which I'm going to be doing a training video specifically just for my remixable customers soon. I'm going to be creating done for you content using their AI, which means you can create bonuses that you can give away for affiliate review sites. You can create products, entirely done for you ebooks that you can also sell. And so it's basically unlimited products and bonuses combined with unlimited websites for any niche. And yeah, Remixable is just a great, great way to do that. Next, we're going to look at creating unlimited videos with OpenAI and Steve AI. And this is also going to be using a tool called vidIQ, which is like a free plugin. So you'll see a lot of people are now throwing out these AI-made videos. And a lot of people are building huge channels very, very quickly because they're able to create content now with the AI very, very quickly. And all of these videos are made using AI voices and AI footage. And what we can do now that GPT and OpenAI are here is we can actually get AI voices plus AI footage plus AI scripts, and we can basically do the whole thing with AI. And so the first thing we want to do is to actually make the, that said voiceover, it should say script. We want to make the script with GPT and AI and also a tool called vidIQ, although you can also do this manually or using other methods. And so here I am on YouTube, and this is the first thing that we'll want to do. We want to go over to YouTube, and we find a video that we want to create something similar for, which is $2 YouTube ads, channel growth with $2 a day YouTube ads. And what we're going to do is I have a tool called vidIQ installed, and what it'll do is it'll tell me the video tags for, for the particular product. For the particular video. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these and I'm going to go over to OpenAI. I'm going to paste all of these in, and we'll just want to get rid of some of these numbers actually. So let me just quickly do that. In fact, we'll just put a few of these in just to start off with. Yeah, that'll do. I'm not going to spend too much time going through and editing those. But we'll copy the tags. And, if you want to search how to get video tags from YouTube, there are other tools other than vidIQ. And then we're going to copy the title of the video, which is this one here. We're going to go back to OpenAI. We're going to paste that in also. And now what we're going to say is, here are some keywords. And here is a video title. Now, please suggest 5 other video titles I could create a video about on this topic. So again, you can see that we are entering the right type of content. We're actually saying this is what I want you to recreate. We're not describing it in a lot of detail. We're just saying here is the thing that is working Now go ahead and allow me to make more of that same type of thing. So here is 5 different titles. It's suggested how to create engaging YouTube ads for maximum channel growth, how to harness the power of YouTube ads, achieving incredible growth with you. So I'm going to go with this one. And what we're going to do now is we're going to remove that query. And we're going to put that in again. So here are some video titles. And you can see I've put the original title, I've put the title that the AI suggested, I've still got the keywords, and I'm going to say, now create me a 500 word, and of course we could increase this to 1,000 words or whatever, video script for a content video on these topics. And we'll click on submit. And it's going to give us a basic an overview, a script of what we want to record. Now this is going to be a short video. This is going to be like 2 or 3 minutes, probably based on the length, 500 words. But we could easily just repeat this, and instead of saying give me the entire script, we could say give me an introduction that talks about section 1 or section 2, whatever it is. In fact, what we can actually do, just to be a bit more thorough about this, if we really wanted to, is we could say, now create me chapters, 5 chapters on this topic for a video. And then, okay, so put video course, fair enough. And then what we can do is we can say, okay, we'll copy those, and then for the first chapter, we'll put, please create me a video script on the first chapter of this video, and then we'll put that. It's because I put a space at the end. And then of course we'd repeat this for chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, and at the end we have our script to create a video. So that's our script, and the next thing we want to do is to make a video. Now there's different ways we can do this. We can of course do this with Remixable. We can create videos with Remixable, but that isn't fully AI integrated yet, as I've mentioned. And so what we're going to want to do to kind of run with this AI theme is use a tool called Steve AI. And what this does is it basically creates completely done-for-you content videos of a whole different range using just text. Now, I'm not going to spend tons of time talking about this, but it is a pretty cool tool. And if we go over to pricing, you can see that they have different plans. There's a basic plan here, which gives you 5 videos. There's also a free plan too. But really the one you're going to want to start with is $15. And then for additional videos, it's $5 per video. And that's actually not too bad when you consider that some of these videos are making a ton of money. However, how do we scale our channel beyond just creating great content using AI? Well, the way to do it is to get monetized and become a YouTube partner. And I'm not going to go into a ton of detail here, but these are 2 sites that will allow you to grow your subscribers and your views, and basically reach the threshold, which I think is like 120 hours of viewed content, that YouTube requires for you to become a YouTube partner very, very quickly. Now, I'm not going to go into a ton of these detail on these 2 sites. They are a bit grey hat, shall we say, but I do at least want to leave them here so you are aware of them. And so the next method that we're going to look at is creating NFT collections using MidJourney and Bueno Art. So MidJourney is going to create the images, and Bueno Art is going to allow us to actually sell those and handle all the techie stuff that we really don't want to bother with. So for those who don't know, NFTs are digital images and assets which are sold for crypto cash. So you can basically, typically Ethereum is the main blockchain with which NFTs are bought and sold. But if you go over to OpenSea, you'll see, some of these are selling for millions and millions of dollars. For example, I think Porsche have just had, or was it Ferrari or Lamborghini? I think it was Porsche have just had a collection that's, gone live this week Previously, been tons and tons of these NFTs. I'm not going to go into the details, but a lot of people making money with NFTs. The marketplace has gone down a little bit, but there's still tons and tons of money. But what you may not know is a lot of these NFT collections are created with MidJourney. Okay, so for example, here's one called Real Goblins, and you can see these are the images here. And if we actually go over to activity, you can see that when this one first went live back in August, and this is one of the first ones I saw that used MidJourney in this way, it actually sold 187 units at a price of about 0.17, which, is 0.17 ETH, like $150, $200 or something. So, this did pretty well. Now, what the guys behind this did, you can see there's 600 items in the collection, all of which are created with MidJourney, as I'll show you in just a second. What the guy actually did, let me just click on this one, for example. You can see it's really, really nice looking art. And, now it's selling for as low as $5. But the guys behind it basically get paid a royalty. So if I go back, you'll see that the royalty is 10%. So every one of these is, sold, they get 10%. So 10% of the total volume is 172 ETH. They've made 17 ETH from this, which is about $30,000, give or take. And then what they also did is they didn't release all 600. They kept some for themselves and probably made, another sort of 10 or 20 ETH. They probably made about $40,000 from this one collection, all of which was created with MidJourney. And then they did other collections off the back of this and generated, I estimate, around $100,000. So here's how you could do this yourself. The first thing is to create between 100 and 500 of these using MidJourney, which is your NFT collection on a particular theme. So in this case, there's 600 items in the collection. So if we go over to MidJourney and we'll put in Imagine Photo Realistic, and I do have better prompts for this, but I just don't have them to hand. Goblin, evil, glowing eyes, portrait, Lord of the Rings. I'm just going to put this in. It may not give us the best results, but obviously we can easily just play around with these very, very simply. So we'll just wait for that to run and that'll pop up. And while that's running, I'll tell you about the second element of it, which is a site called Bueno Art. And what these guys do is they handle all of the techie stuff, like the contract that you'll need to actually sell these, okay? And then they just take a commission. So it's actually free or very, very cheap to use. They make it so easy to create your collection and build your smart contract. Very, very simple to do. And it means that you don't have to pay someone thousands of dollars to do a smart contract. They have all these training resources. If you've ever considered doing an NFT, this is the easiest way to do it. So let's go back to MidJourney, and you can see that we have our 4 images. This one is good enough to me that we could potentially use it. So let me just do variation of those 4. You can see the others aren't quite full portraits, but this one I would say is as good as the Real Goblins one. And the other thing I'd say regarding this too is that you can combine this with some IM aspect and sell. So what a lot of people are doing is they're not just selling to, the OpenSea kind of marketplace. They're actually bundling NFTs with other digital assets that they have, whether it's a trading guide or some kind of membership or some kind of content that they're doing anyway with their audience, that they're selling to their audience anyway. They're combining this with NFTs to do really, really well. And it's basically going to give you an instant NFT collection with almost zero cost, okay? And then the final method is to think of how you can chain all of these together. So I'm going to have more training on all of these as we go through Q1 of 2023. Every day, as I've mentioned, I'm integrating all of this stuff into Remixable. So, this is all new as of this month, okay? And it's already changing marketing. It's transforming a lot of industries. You need to be on top of this. It's moving extremely quickly, and you really want to be on this daily, okay? And really, even though I've just given you these 7 tips, this is just the tip of the iceberg. So right now I'm using AI in a lot of ways. I'm getting it to build entire websites. I'm having it create Teespring slogans and Shopify slogans that I can actually sell. And I'm using it to do keyword research. I'm using it as a backbone for lots of the products. And I'm using it to enter a lot of niche markets that I otherwise wouldn't be able to enter because it's handling all of the marketing and the product creation, especially when chained to Remixable. Let's just see the images it's created now. There we go. It's got 4 more variations. We can just pick the one we want, upscale it, and that's the first image in our, I don't know what we call it, Elves collection or something like that, but that is, the start of a new NFT collection right here and now. But yeah, there's loads and loads of ways to use it. So what is the fastest way for you to benefit with AI right now? If you're blown away by all this, you think it's amazing, but equally I've thrown all of these different things at you and you're not quite sure where to get started. Well, if you want to take a shortcut, then what you want to do is to get Remixable right now. Just go to remixable.net. Sign up to Remixable. The lifetime plan is the best offer. And then just head over to the home section as soon as you get in there. Click on your account. Scroll down and request a new niche. Just put the niche here you want us to create, and we will go in and use the AI to create all of the content for you so you can go in and start creating websites in any niche basically. Create products using AI, which is something I'm going to talk about with a training video which is coming up very soon for my Remixable members. But obviously you'll only see that if you're a member, so if any of this has been useful, and you can imagine the type of stuff I'm putting behind a paywall is going to be on a whole nother level. So that's coming to my Remixable members very, very soon, okay? And then step 4, you want to launch these sites using Remixable, whether it's sales pages like I've shown you, it's affiliate sites promoting other people's products. And then also go back through some of these different steps we've talked about here, some of these methods, and start to integrate some of these into your existing business. So you may not be able to execute on all of them. You may have 1 or 2 of them that strike you as interesting. Add them to your 2023 plans, okay? You really want to be using AI every single day in your business right now, okay? But I think that covers it, guys. So thank you for watching this. It's been one of those random webinars where I've just kind of breezed through, a lot of different topics at light speed. So, but this is something that really, really, I think is going to be a game changer for 2023. I want to make sure that you're kept up to date. And the best way to do that, if this information has been useful and you think that there's more you want to learn about here, then the best thing to do is to get hold of Remixable, request a niche, and start creating products and sites, selling digital products, doing affiliate promotions across all these different niches using Remixable AI. And of course, be sure to integrate some of these tactics into your business right now. And the best way to stay on top of this is by becoming a Remixable member. So just go to remixable.net to sign up and to get started, okay? But thanks for attending this. I will be doing more and more of these content webinars as we go through 2023. Really, really excited about AI, seeing huge results in my business, and hope that you implement it into your business right now so you can stay ahead of the curve. I think that's the end of the presentation. So thank you. And yeah, that's the end of it. So thanks, and I'll see you guys in the next webinar. Cheers.